It's Brotary this morning. The boys from the coup. He's the team. He's the team.
Yeah.
He's the boss over here. Hey, Jace, are we gonna do some content here or what? Yeah, come on, mate. Yeah. Come on, you guys talking so much shit. We'll never get anywhere.
Thanks, bro.
Here we are. Jason's shop. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? He's Chris working on the little humbug. Fuck, this is neat, bro, eh? It's a cute little Suzuki.
Suzuki Cappuccino, mate. Airflying hardware injection, LTEC, RX-8 motor.
Fucking boss.
Pretty sweet little package.
Fuck yeah, boy. Tough, eh?
Yeah, mate. She's coming along well. Coming along well. Guys in the 70s that owns this, and yeah, he's about 11 years. He's sort of been putting it together and sort of come to us for the wire up and the airfly hardware and the tune. So
badass.
yeah, should be started tomorrow, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well,
fuck. Is he got is there all RX-8 housings as well?
Yep.
Alright, sweet.
Princess mode.
Yeah.
We just pull it down, give it a freshen up, and
Cool. It's fucking cool, eh?
yeah.
Looks fucking tough.
It's tiny, eh? When you sit in it, your eye line is at the arch. You're literally staring straight at this. It's crazy.
That's alright. Oh, bro. Work it, eh? It's fucking gnarly. Especially just how fucking shiny it is. Yeah, gangster. BMW. Different. Say, Brinkley. It's fucking badass.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's one of the bros' cars. It's badass. One day, when he gets out of his truck. Yeah, boy. What's done this one? Rebuild. Brand new motor, looks like.
Yeah,
Bridgie, massive fucking turbo.
Yep.
Fuck. Look at this fucking gem. This is straight off the fucking, out of the fucking plant. Out of the
Looks like.
paint shop, eh?
It's been like that for a while.
Fuck.
It's all original.
This is not Jason's one, no.
Nah.
Bed off. Fuck. Oh, yeah. Fuck, it's a nice bed, isn't it? Fuck, look at the rims on the front. They got 10 inch wide on the fucking front of the fucking thing. Fuck's sake. That's fucking crazy. Fuck, it's a mean colour too. It's like a chameleon, isn't it?
I think they call it like reptile or something.
Bro, how are you?
You guys definitely have a unique flavour.
Boom. Look at that.
I watch your fella's YouTube.
Cool, bro. Well, you're on YouTube now, bro. Choice. Fucking mean.
We're gonna get all of this stuff. We're gonna do it properly, man. We're gonna take it.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, we'll go through every.
This size of the fucking turbo on this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Okay, camera.
So to start off with, this would have to be the most unassuming rotary, like to drive it experience. And then you pop the hood, bro. Whoever wants to, let's just go. Jason, okay, I'll introduce everyone.
Yeah.
Jason,
How's it going?
Good to meet you today. Ryan. Chris, nice to meet you. And you're the owner, yeah? I'll flick that into the video, and everyone knows obviously Charlie and Billy. Jason, tell us the specs on this, man. This is the world's only one that we can find anyway that's running.
Yeah,
what's going on, man?
It's a real nice little setup. It's a stage 2
30mm turbo.
just runs a Garrett ball bearing turbo. real simple, but 400 horse and drives like a modern car basically. You jump in it. Obviously, you went for a drive.
Just
so
idles, like you couldn't tell that it was a rotary at all. It's just smooth.
It's a real sleeper. So from the front of it, like I say, you can't even see it's rotary. Everything on it is basically interior wise. We've modified the tunnel. Everything's been lifted and raised. Motor's been set just to get the heights and everything we needed, but all the consoles to fit. We just needed it to look original as much as we could, and yeah, make it functional.
What's the drivetrain in it?
So it runs a Series 5 box, still the factory rear end with a LSD unit, and we've just run electric power steering, so we've still got all the full power steering. It's got all the heaters, it's got all the, all the bits and pieces. So
Everything works.
Everything works. You jump in it, and electric power steering's in the boot, so it's got hydraulic lines to the front, and yeah, it's real simple. It runs a in-tank Walbro pump. Like I say, real basic, but very well done, and it's just a dream to drive, eh?
I think these guys have got OCD fucking bad.
Big time.
Fuck me dead, man. The level of, everything. I noticed this. Where'd you get this this feed bracket from? I've never seen one of those before. Have you seen one of those, Billy?
No, I can't say that.
See how it's side mounted?
Yeah, it's
just
on it.
One I had on a few Garretts that I've had over the years, and it was actually, this is my old turbo off Mr. 12A. That so it was ran it with this on ethanol for a little bit, and then upgraded to the bigger turbo that I got on it now. So that was the setup I had on it. Couldn't even tell you where I got it from, to be honest. So,
I was going to say, yeah,
but it's fully certified. You can go through VTNZ WAFs with this.
Turbo specs?
So it's a GD37 88R. So it's the older ball bearing Garrett. Barely been used, but yeah. And it runs a full 3-inch system, plumb back. So it's all it's a WAF cert standards. And
what sort of horsepower are those things rated at?
You comfortably on a 12A 13B turbo. You push 500 horsepower comfortably. I'm not sure what they're spec'd. I think they're around the more sort of 650.
Okay.
But yeah, real spools really well. Obviously, went for a drive, like it's a very
smooth.
Smooth, and it comes on boost really well.
Let's check out the boot, and because there's so many cars here to look at. So that's the only thing in the boot, just the battery and the. Is that
so
an
it's
Astra?
Had a full Astra. So it's had a full rewire Astra pump mount on the boot, and
It's unique.
Simplicity.
It's unique.
And unique. And again, you wanted to keep all the carpets, everything, to just look factory. So, and it's unassuming. You can drive down the road. I took it, to a while back when I was just checking the motor out, and took it to Rick. 6mm Paul Warner, Bridgeport, Dell 13B block. Real simple. Runs at Link ECU. Made 430 horsepower on a bar the last week. So this Wongareka. This will be going back to him shortly. So it runs a full 3.5-inch system, still the factory FD box.
How do the boxes go up? You've got to be around that 500 mark, and then they
depends if you're an animal, and depends if you know how to shift. Okay. There's guys that will handle FC boxes and FD boxes 500 all day for years, and then other guys will jump in it and smash it on the first lap. So some are more animal than others.
Something I've been noticing this Fenix brand. There seems to be that's the flavour in NZ.
It's a reasonably good brand and cost point for a lot of guys. It's not overly expensive. Their earlier stuff, was always, as well as Chinese stuff, they had a little bit of a bad name for a few, leaks and welds and bits and pieces, like everything does. But their new range is really good, brilliant. Like, we don't have any issues with it. Cooling wise, they're great. We just put spiral fans on everything and shroud it where we can. And yeah, they're awesome.
It's a nice build, man. It's an awesome colour. That's a PPG. I think it is one of those Harlequin.
Yeah, it's an old paint job. It's a South Island car originally. Got bought up. I think it's Christchurch possibly. It's fucking nice, man. Yes.
Okay, the 616 now. Is that the version that had the disc in it?
Yep. So this was a US spec import, and he was still driving it up till about a month and a half ago with the piston motor and everything in it. He's now stripped all the bay out and had it all painted, prepped for us.
Oh, nice.
And so that's all been just been finished.
Fucking humdinger.
This has got
It's a humdinger.
sitting in the engine room. This has got a
Fucking hot wires on it.
hardware edition, Lincoln CU, and Series 5 box, and it will be all new cooling. It's basically
Cool car. Fuck yes.
Left hook too.
Yeah,
So
bad.
he's going to leave it with the 1600 badge
Yep,
and everything.
yep. He's leaving it as it stands. You know, it is what it is.
What do you
So,
think, Charlie?
Yeah, it's cool. Real nice paint job in the engine bay.
Yeah, it's,
Real nice original car.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
It's sick on hotties.
Yeah, so he wants it to be basically just slammed. That's all he wants. As low
Billy,
as
have you ever
low
had
as
one
he
of
can
these
get.
RX2?
No, I haven't. Bugger. I want one.
Show everyone in there because there's some next level builds in there. Well, have a look at the series. I rate these engines. That's a magnificent engine. You guys have done a beautiful job. Yeah, quick spec breakdown of that.
So again, this was a full build. So this was actually off the road for 25 years. I think it was 25 years. It was sitting in a shed, and the guy he's owned it, and he just goes, "Oh, I just want to do it." So he
build it properly.
Yep. So this is from down south. So it's hard to see without seeing on a hoist, but underneath this is better than factory. So every component's been taken out, vapor blasted, every joint, every bush, every brake caliper, everything has been gloss blacked, vapor blasted, rebuilt, top to bottom. Engine, whole car's been resprayed. A bit dusty at the moment, but we only just got this going yesterday, day before. So this is literally we were running it up last night. It's Bridgeport Series 5 Dowell, runs a 62mm Borg Warner, so it's just going to be nice, responsive. We're only sort of aiming for that 400 horsepower max. You know, it's not big grunt. So yeah, and it's
Billy, what are you noticing? Like, we've looked at a couple cars now. What are you noticing the flavour of the workshop here?
The cars are tough.
Charlie? I think they're just...
Jason's got mean OCD and just attention to detail. Like I know what that's like, but it's everything's spick and span, top notch.
It is, man. It's clean. You could eat off that.
Yeah, it's a really nice build. We've still got to wrap all the wiring and finish that up, but like I say, it's literally we just got it running yesterday.
When we go through the workshop, I want to talk to you more about billet, because I can see, like, with your flavour and everything, you guys like everything really, really nice.
Yeah.
I think that that's the direction that you guys would like to go in, perhaps at some point.
We sort of want to be on the high end, really custom. We just, like I say, we're pretty OCD.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fit. All right, let's go and have a look through there. Lead the way.
What one of these
front of home.
runs a W
half
series,
car.
early Supra box. It's a complete front to back build.
Horsepower?
Hasn't been tuned, hasn't been started, so still in the build. So it's been a very long build, this one. But
Now that's something I've noticed. Now I want to talk a bit about the turbo spec brands. I don't know if you boys know neither. The OPR valves. What do you guys think about those?
we've run them on a few of the turbos, primarily the ball bearing turbos, the Garretts. We've put them on.
Do you want to tell people a little bit about that? Bearing versus journal, and whether you should use them on journals or not?
You can run them on journals. I run it on my own car on a journal bearing turbo, which is like a 400 series Borg Warner, and we've had no issues with it. But I don't think with the journal bearings, they're not required. It's not. Yeah, if they've got the right line size and built correctly, then you
That's
got
what
no
I was
issues.
going to say, just and where do you plumb that back as well?
So
You plumb it back to the front. You see that, Charlie? See how
Yeah,
good?
down a metre on top.
Yeah, so most of the blocks we do usually our breather tanks as well feed back into the front cover, so we do a drain back from our breather tanks and obviously our return from the turbo into the front cover as well.
They are an important feature to the turbo life.
Yeah, exactly. They're not, like I say, they're not a necessity, but hey, it is a good method of metering the oil pressure. So.
Do you guys know that they've released the version 2?
No, can I say I even had a look at it?
Yeah, so they have. Yeah, I got one the other day. So there's no longer the plumb back required. It's just inline, just one way, and it's preset. And it's also got a like a bung, I guess, on the side.
gauge.
Yeah, you can put a fucking
Pressure sensor.
Yeah, if you want to see if it is hitting that 40. So that's a cool thing.
Bro, check these out.
I was just about to say the welds.
So it's titanium. Titanium.
You done this, Jace?
No, this was actually fabbed by somebody else. The intercooler piping basically went to a fab shop, got some work done, and then he brought it back to us. We redid some of the fab work, and then Yeah, so the intercooler piping's original. We didn't do any of that. We've done the exhaust system. It runs a full 3.5-inch stainless exhaust front to back.
Yep.
So these are just thousands. For
Mud tyres on and they proper send it up the mountains.
No, dirt track.
It's a dirt track. This is a dirt track car. So like when you looked at Julian's, Mark Julian's cars last night, with the old modifieds, the saloons, and I'm not hunting on there, I might be wrong. But you'll notice the big Hoosie, the dirt tyres. What were you guys saying before? It's like an old car, it's been down there for 20 years. So this car used to run out of Mary for 17 years. It's been all different colours, it's been camo, it's been matte green, it's been all sorts. The owner that had it has just built a new car and obviously sold it to a local guy who was sort of putting his own touches on it, and he's going to run it out of waiuku dirt track now opposed to Mary.
What the fuck would you use this for? Like?
Dirt track.
Dirt track racing.
It's bad.
Round.
They go through the forestry and shit in them. It's fucking
Oval
sick.
circuit and clay.
Yeah.
I've got big muddies on it that send it.
It's good racing.
When they go around the suspension and the steering and everything like that, then they're not great. This thing's a dog to push, but
It's all lock diff and stuff.
They're pretty.
This car only wants to go right.
How much do you think it would weigh? Oh, it's kind of new.
It's not a lot. There's nothing in it.
It's not really much
car.
cargo.
Duty free anymore. The steel roof is a bit of the quarters, and the rest of it is just
Top half of the guards
like there's not much.
Because it's a full tube chassis.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. So if it was saying I've got a mad car with a full tube chassis, it's like fuck
Yeah.
A couple of stars in there as well, like stars 223.
Yeah, there's sick pricks out there everywhere.
There are sick prickers out there like myself that love KPs and anything Toyota.
Underneath the bonnet.
There's nothing in the bonnet engine bay at the moment.
Chris Blue's car up.
It's just a track, pretty much a track and event car.
Do you do skids or anything else?
Most definitely.
Common sort of thing.
Does he do skids in it?
Okay, let's check out the RX-8. Oh, yeah.
I think you've obviously, we were talking about it before, you got the pleasure of going for a ride. Yep.
This was a special build. As soon as I saw it.
That's what Ash has just tried to be doing, eh? He's been doing this same swap.
This is, yeah, I've got a REW in it, just with the Series 6, and I've had a fucking nightmare with it. Just getting access down in there.
There's literally the hands down, I think, the worst car to do a rotary, Renaissance.
We want to talk about it, so I didn't want to say the worst, but it's
as far as fab dollars, basically, and amount of work that's going to go into it, they're just, there's no room, as you
my back, I swear to God.
You don't want to have a front end or guards or anything on it.
Everything has to come off. People out there thinking they can do an REW Series 6 5. I've got a friend who's doing a couple 5 conversions and mounting it from the front. It needs to be said that if you're thinking about doing a conversion, it's a lot easier doing a Starlet or anything else than going into an REW. I would stick to the Renaissance engine in it, and I'd modify that. That would be.
That's the thing.
Unless you want that, this is a work of art. So this is amazing. Do you want to briefly tell me the specs on it?
So this is a 13B. It's an FD block that we've made a custom subframe. So we've mounted off the rear. It's all solid mounted right throughout the car. It's 48mm. Runs ethanol. It's
which is quite unique here because not many guys want to do that because you can't get access to it.
It's just expensive. It's just we had it on the pump, then COVID came, and then the fund police took it away. So we lost it off the pump, and it became from that point on it was difficult. And now you got to work with drums. You have to buy a 200 litre drum, or you buy an E100 and mixing it yourself. And the price of it's $4 something a litre. It gets out there.
So do you think this is going to go back to pump?
No. Okay. So originally we were building this. This was spec. This is a fully certified street car. You can just jump on this, go get a warrant for this. That's how originally we were building it and how we wanted it. And like most things, they sort of just spiral out of control. And after he got it and started driving it, he realised that it was an event car. That it was just.
This is fucking. I mean, all that bar. I'm not sure what body kit that is that you guys might know, but you've seen all this, Billy.
Yeah, it's
Can you
bad.
imagine the amount of time? And that's all millimetre.
So it's all custom.
Like all the rail and everything, heap of injectors in there, like that plenum, did you guys make that?
So we make everything, so all the fan, everything's all done here. Runs like a V-mounted setup, radiator is ducted underneath. Cooling is unbelievable, it actually overcools, runs an electric water pump. Obviously we're bound by massive space issues and then a 100mm intercooler. So intake temps on this run pretty much ambient no matter where we are today. It's so efficient. It runs a 66mm turbo, but I've just had the go ahead to upgrade it to a 72mm turbo. So we're going to be putting a...
Fuck's sake, eh? Things fucking fast as it is, eh?
Another thing I've noticed drive-by wise, is that something that you guys are doing more of?
We're only just starting to get into it. This is still the convection, standard
Conventional,
bodies. But it works. It is really good. But the one thing with the PP turbos, especially as well, even though as you were going for a drive, this actually drives really nice. You can cruise it around like a normal street car, and it's not jerky or horrible. But yeah, the drive-by wire will open. Eventually,
all the safeties. There's a lot of pluses to it. Yeah, 100%.
So this runs a Link ECU. It's got all pressure, oil, fuel, safeties, temp, all the rest of it. So it's basically it's great. It runs a separate fuel tank in the boot, which we've custom made.
Come and show us that. Billy, how many hours do you reckon you fucking to build this like this?
Oh, bro, it's fucking
Can you imagine the
hundreds of hours.
Because I know you like your RX man. You check out what's going on.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so
sick.
So it runs a 85 litre, it's about nearly just under 90 litre fuel cell. Fully ducted. There's fans in the boot that actually draw through the back here, ventilate the boot, and give it a little bit more cooling. Because the big thing we struggle with is temps. You're not getting airflow over the tank.
You guys have thought of everything. Like millimeter, these exhausts are millimeter perfect. It's this thing is from an engineering standpoint, it's next level.
He broke a few gearboxes at the beginning, so we got rid of the RX8 boxes. We've gone to the Tremac TKX. And solid mounted diff, done custom mounts for underneath, and it runs another fuel core.
So Yep, so RX2 sedan, it's an Australian import. He basically wanted to build a fun car that he can sort of just go lean on and not have to worry about. 30B turbo, FC box, Hilux diff. The engine bay is all going to go gloss black, and he's going to leave the outside just like it's been pulled out of a paddock.
Yeah, that seems to be
sort
of wrap line kind of.
Yeah, sort of. He doesn't want to go panel and paint it to go do burnouts, pop tyres, and just have fun. So he wants to be able to just chuck it at the corner of the shed, and an event comes up, he can just grab it, go, have fun, but yet where he spent all the money, it looked nice with the gloss black bay and. So at the moment we're just doing all the fabrication side of it, then we'll pull it apart, paint the engine bay and start reassembling for good.
And is that what you guys do here? Is this like the fab area of the shop?
We all fab. Yeah, so there's fab all over the show. We sort of just get a project and go for it,
I see
do our
you
stuff.
do all your body.
Yep.
Yeah, so we sort of just allocate, so jobs will come in and it'll be, alright, well, everyone's got different skill sets. Yeah, alright, we've got this one and you're on that one, so it's ready. And then it'll potentially move from here over to Chris, he'll do some fuel lines and other bits and pieces on it and vice versa. And we just bounce around.
I don't see any auto transmissions.
Nah.
Once again, Kiwi thing.
Yeah.
Gay.
It's not the way. Some would say they're for old ladies, but other people would disagree with that.
Drag thing.
Yeah, totally.
The odds, that's where everyone's trying to run a number over there, perhaps.
Yep.
And that's
Don't get me wrong, like with how good they are now, and obviously they're pretty efficient. With them, it's like they're fast. You do need a fast car. And
having that lever and that, it is gangster. It's more fun.
Yeah.
Cool. What's that? What's that up there?
So this is HB Cosmo Coupe. This is my own one. Very
Kind of like
They're of a similar era. So these are the early 80s, I think 82, 81 onwards.
Why did you choose this thing for?
I love it. I've loved ugly ass Cosmos forever. Like they're just so it's a full ground up pool. and slowly chipping away. As we were talking about earlier, it's like I'm in the midst at the moment of doing it. It's something a bit different. We're running a Renaissance block with peripheral port. So it's I basically want to have all the mod cons with this. So I wanted to have air con, so it'll have air conditioning, heaters. This is going drive-by-wire. Yeah, it's got.
What's going on with the AC? What AC condenser is that?
RX-8 box straight on. So the pump, yeah, it's RX-8. So I've actually stuck with RX-8 front cover everything to be able to run all the factory water pump assembly, AC pump, and then yeah, we'll put custom core receivers and everything, and new custom lines to it. And then it'll run, yeah, we're just building, I'm in the midst of building the intake at the moment, so it'll be a custom intake plenum, similar to what you've seen on the RX-8, but running drive-by-wire, so it runs an 82mm drive-by-wire, and then yeah, new ECU package, the whole lot.
I noticed you guys, if you look around here, like we've got a cappuccino, we've got the other couple of cars out the front, there seems to be a going theme, you guys like to do things out of the box. Is that a fair sort of, you know?
I think it's kind of, it kind of just went that way. We're more probably known for our custom conversions than anything. We don't do cookie cutter stuff. It's just, like say, these things will turn up and you just take a project and run with it. You know,
someone rocks up with the cappuccino, it's like going to the road and your eyes are light up and say, you know, let's do this sort of.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, we're just, all of these cars are all very different, and you know, guys just want to build something different. You know, Kiwis are real good for that.
So speaking of that, the cappuccino, let's have a look at that.
Mate, I've wanked all over this one heaps of times.
Tractor with a 660 3-cylinder, yeah?
3-cylinder turbo. But you wouldn't want to be very tall.
No.
Like Ash, you'd look pretty good in this.
You should actually probably get in it.
You look like a fucking like a giraffe.
Pull these cables out of it, all this.
Like, it's been on I'll pop you one of these. Has he got a removable steering wheel at all?
Nah, but he's probably going to need one. He's not a big guy. He's not big. Oh yeah, look at that. My biggest concern is what happens.
Like it's like you're in a toy car.
It is, doesn't look like he's in a toy car, doesn't it?
I feel like that dude on The Simpsons, you know, the big guy, he hops in the big up.
Well, it's pretty much a road legal go-kart if you were to think about it.
They're tight.
It is.
I was reading one,
Yeah. How was the drive?
Yeah, I don't know how you would have done it.
So you look sort of cartoonish right now.
Yep, look this way.
I fucking rate this. I'm dead set. I fucking I'll buy this.
It's very, it's a target car. It's going to be a little cage target car.
So all welding, proper.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite an investment, yeah.
Yeah, probably be easier to do an exo cage on it rather than an
A lot of K20s, a lot of guys that are going that way because the cars can get out of them now. And the cost effective.
It wouldn't be here if they hadn't on the motor.
They're not that.
Yeah, right. Okay, so tell me the specs on this motor because there's stuff.
So this is.
Let's drive this around with no fucking floor.
That's what I say. You're going to be able to get out.
Yeah, because I don't think I'd be able to get out with that. So yeah, okay, so
This is a Renaissance 6-port factory unopened block. So there was apparently a replacement motor, so it's only done very 5Ks. And then we've basically just, he did the conversion, put the motor in, did the exhaust, modified the tunnel, did the cross members and stuff, and then got to the point where it still had all the factory RX-8 intake, so this was just all RX-8, and there's just shit in there. And we just said, look, this is not only awkward, difficult to work on, and you couldn't change the spark plug, like it's already too hard to get to a spark plug. So yeah, once that was on there, you just couldn't work on it. So I said, this is a way, if you're going to be using it as a race car, let's put a new ECU, let's do it right. So it runs FY hardware, tapered injection with a corded matched RX-8 manifold, and a Haltech LEAP 1500 with big dash.
it's got all, you guys have got all the sensors, yeah? Put all
Yep.
oil
Yep.
temp.
So it runs oil pressure, fuel pressure, sensors, safeties.
What about contacts? What do you guys?
Pretty much all of the, we work with smart wheels, we're pretty much high up in smart wheels are pretty much the go-to these days.
You can buy them.
The old H715s, the 715s, but
Yeah.
like, we don't use them. it's literally pretty much all of our packages get a smart wheel. So yeah, night and igniter, nice and simple, easy, less wiring. You know it works, and they work good, and you get some really good spark out of it for street cars. This is fun. What's going to be going on in there? No, it's got set up. It's just simple stuff. You mount the battery in the back, everything else is back. We've got this in as a basically running 30 turbo set up, but extremely poorly done. So once we delved into it, we found it was a little bit more work than he was hoping. You just went through it. We literally just immediately the gearbox was damaged, the motor was no good. So it's a brand new Series 5 all brand new. That's the one. It's a stainless steel, which is nice. It's 1000cc, but then the series, 62 millimeter water. It's a really good car. Full custom 3.5 inches, all front to back, full system looked done. Link ECU. All the safety features, like it's got full custom radiator, all set up. It's a good car. I noticed the space here. What's the go? So that's the adaptation between Series 5 for lower and then manifold to FD. So we've got a company here, Napier, Hastings, that they do some pretty cool parts, and that's one of the motors. What's the advantage of going that way? Because it's like the Series 6 top.
A lot of guys just do it theory, just that's all they want is they want to run the Series 6 upper, and they just buy the adapter and put them on. They are clean. What about the throttle bodies as well? Have you guys been showing how much the 80 mil butterfly? Do you get any of those at all? So we actually had an FC in which ran a aftermarket sort of 80-90 mil throttle body on it. We tuned the car up and we noticed through cruising it was very spluttery. So we took it back for another tune to see if we could tune it out, and it didn't want to bar it. So we actually put a stock throttle body back on and it got rid of it. So those bigger throttle bodies are more race car on and off the gas opposed to wanting to cruise along.
It's funny you say that because obviously the TPS on those other ones, I've got a car with one of those on it, but there's these other modules underneath, they almost like choke. Have you ever seen those, Billy? The modules underneath the big single barrel butterflies on the Series 6. You know what they are. Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what they do. Whether that's impacted
the good thing with the
I see a lot of the butterflies out there and they're using them. That's what I'm saying.
So there's just a lot more control, I think, with the way the runner sizes and design is with the stock throttle bodies and the smaller butterflies. So the primary circuit, and how they operate and actuate, it just far smoother, especially on like a port. This was a bridge ported car, and it was just jerky. We couldn't get that out of it. And like I say, we've probably been anal. It was still really nice.
Because you guys are fussy.
But when we went to the stock throttle body, different car. And that's all we changed. We literally ran it back up on the dyno and it was smooth as silk. So.
Another thing with these Gilmer kits, I'm seeing less and less of those as well.
Good.
Yeah, it seems to be, wasn't it? But that was a Kiwi thing as well.
Good. Throw them all in the bin.
Some like them, some don't.
That's surprising to hear that from Kiwis.
I like them.
I
used to hate them.
Yeah.
Sometimes they cause more problems than what they're worth. Like the belts will shrink. People don't leave them loose enough. People want to chuck a crowbar under them to get the supercharger sound. If you want the supercharger sound, buy a supercharger. Do people like me and Jace a favour. Like Ryan can keep them. That's all right.
I still like it.
I haven't had a problem with them yet. So
you know, I think I've never owned a set yet. I've never had them.
And I reckon the noise comes from the belt. You get the square.
It's the air track.
Yeah.
I mean, get the square and
they sound cool. Like on an old school NA or something like that, I can understand it. When I see them on turbocharged cars, like the customer supplied these and he wanted to run them, but we wouldn't normally run them, so we'd run a serpentine or V-belt.
It's just that definitely suits. But I think going back 10 years ago, they wanted the sound and everything, and now I think people are after the performance, and they know if you run those, you can bend things. And,
alternators, like say what Charlie was saying, they get in there and they swing on them, and next thing the bearings are flogged out the alternator. If you go to an event, there is always someone on the mic. Has anyone got a 300L Gilmore belt? Because they've thrown them. It's just.
What's your thoughts, Billy?
Keeping very quiet there.
You know when they're quiet what they're thinking.
I don't want it like the big fucking 6-inch fucking
But yeah, this should be able to start up. Hopefully.
Oh, that's putting it on the spot because it's completely cold.
Oh yeah, we haven't started it today, so.
Sounds nice. It sounds like you guys aren't after the big, nasty, raspy.
Yeah,
You
this
guys
one,
like things
like all our cars are loud as shit, big ports. Like it's just this is Some guys just want a nice.
It's just the ones that I've particularly seen today.
Yeah.
Like the big one.
Yeah. So this has had about 10 minutes running. This is probably the 5th time it started. So this is brand spanking.
You can barely hear that. But you get some feeling in the street. Okay, we're good. What's
Series 3. This car was caught in the Auckland floods we had. So the guy that owns it came home and it was up to the window full of water. So we've fully stripped the car out, gearbox diff, all rebuilt the motor, trimmed the fuel tank out, all the interiors been all dried and cleaned, and everything's all been redone. And then while he was at it, he decided he would do some heaters and exhaust and put an IDA on it because it was won't stop. So he's sort of just given it a bit of a spruce up.
That's neat.
Yep. Yeah, the beehive filter.
Yeah, they're hard to get.
You don't see them.
No, you don't. Yeah, that's
And
AC.
it still runs AC. AC's all working, and it runs like I say we've modified. It's hard to we've modified the factory air cleaner. So the factory blue Mazda air cleaner bolts straight on, so it all looks stop.
Everyone's investing in car making. We're talking on camera about that. Yeah, it's they want to keep it as original as they can. I've got to move quick. This wag over here. I want to check out that.
That's cool, the air cleaner setup.
Yeah, we modified that from before.
No, I've seen it, yeah.
Cut for IDA basis.
Still got the fucking...
Yeah, bro.
No.
Everything's the whole car's original.
That's really hard to find those. Even these in good condition, you don't find those now.
Yeah, he's 100.
20 years, really good dude. And he just wanted to be out the gate and different. So it's a twin turbo peripheral port. Setup runs 200 series Paul Warners.
Did you guys do all the fab work on the turbos?
Yep.
That's fucking mean. I love that.
So it'll
Awesome, eh?
That looks.
Charlie runs a R154 gearbox. So we've done a full custom tunnel front to back.
Yep.
It's all been raised. He wanted to obviously run it slammed, so it runs a Hilux diff. It's mini tubs and there's a bit of work done on the rear. Custom fuel tank, runs a couple of 044 pumps, and will run
This is proper gangster Kiwi spec. Yeah.
Slammed, like 500 horsepower, street car, and his thing when he brought it in, he's like, I want to be able to put, we've got a chili bin mounted in the back, he wants to be able to put 4 people in it, go to the beach, do burnouts, and have fun, like.
It's fucking that engine, you guys did an awesome job on that. Yeah, those turbos are now perfect. The unit behind you guys?
Yeah, this is injected, this was a ground up build as well, it was painted as a piston 2-meter.
Once again, like everything is just like all the lines are all perfect.
Yep. So this yes, run a bridge ported EFI hardware, runs Link ECU. It's all running as well. This will fire up. It should do. Battery might be a bit flat, but it should kick in the life.
Yeah. People want to hear.
Yeah. This hasn't been tuned yet. This is just on this is literally starting as well.
Have you guys ever put one of those on a boat? What's that? Harmonic balance. A lot of RVs running on the top. Yeah, they do. Let's check out the engine bay, engine building.
peripheral port.
Here, Ryan, hold this. Am I allowed in here?
So all the shiny bits. And
Notice it's live.
yeah, this will be running. This is running airflow hardware injection. And see, these are good belts. Surfing
Are those your safety boots, Charlie?
Yeah. So yeah, we run a lot of those. Obviously, you can see there's
Fresh socks, I hope.
guys who like Gilmore's.
Yeah, brand new.
But yeah, so that's
I want to see Billet in here. You guys are...
Well, you can't see under that, so don't worry about that.
There's some asshole.
But yeah,
You guys can see the shop, Billet, Dino, like you guys are there.
Yeah, it's eventually it's like I say, it's moving into New Zealand. The biggest thing I think we've always sort of said is it's just the money wasn't there. Now guys are just spending money. Like,
Because they know their cars are worth it at the end of the day.
Yep, they spend the money and they want to do it right. So more and more guys are moving to Billet, and it's just going to be becoming more popular.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. Like, for next time I come here, you'll say, "Oh, look, Ash, we've got 3 engines on the go."
Yeah, and that's it. So we do most of it is all just brand new cast plates, housings like these are all these are just brand new housings.
So you guys
brand new. It's all brand new.
It's pretty much 89.
Yeah.
And these short blocks as well in Z. Short blocks 20 V's is what it's
It's
89.
Yeah.
The sound, man, like of Robbie's, it's fucking gangster. Like
You can't really
If
beat
you
it.
can't afford a 4-rotor, then go a 3-rotor, but it has to be short.
I don't know. I've always sort of personally thought, fuck, the 3-rotors sound better. To be honest, I've got
The short ones I do. That's
I think generally the 3-rotor 20Bs have got a unique sound, but there's not much that beats it. For size, power, and what you can put them in, it's that. A 4-rotor is that next level of just...
It is. Being able to fit everything, obviously the cost, if everything breaks, I mean even spark plugs, you're up for, $100 or whatever for,
Yeah, so it's definitely... what's it doing?
So do you want, tell us a bit about
so this is a 3-rotor 18A PP block.
We have a look at how you guys are doing the 40 on this.
That hasn't been...
This is the 12A one,
Yeah. So these are old school, brand new housings that were in one of my 12A turbos years ago. So they haven't been ported out or touched up or anything. So they still run a standard. They're big ports. It's a 50mm port.
An O-ring.
So it runs an O-ring through here. So these are just old school big.
Because there's different ways of doing that. The sleeve.
Yeah, so now, like I say, this is quite old school. This is the way we do all our PPs now. So, which is a machined groove and a billet sleeve with O-rings. Like that's our standard setup that we've done. Now, this is all locally done. I don't know if you guys are going to get across to Green Brothers, but Green Brothers do all the machining on those. Pretty impressive. And so
that's a rare engine over here.
Yeah, so this is one I've had for many years, and it's just come back. So all the plates have been ground, rehardened, and basically ready to go. It's fully dowelled, wood grooves for cooling, but extra cooling, and this will be running. So it's had all the bearing and mods and whatnot done. It's just about good to go. I've just got to find some time to do it. Some brand new rotors. I'm still waiting on one other 12A. So to even find brand new NOS 12A rotors are pretty hard. So I've managed to find one over in the States, which I'll be getting. And then obviously a precision engineering crank.
So how are you going to get your hands on those, and what happens if they break? Like what we do with rotors?
You just don't break it.
It's kind of heavy that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, where are we going to find these parts?
Well, the 12A stuff is not like there's just nothing. Even to find second-hand 12A stuff, that's good. Now it doesn't happen. Hence why this one, it's like I've just taken the time, and it's.
What's going to happen if you let someone like that behind the wheel and he sends it?
Well, that's why we run real good ECUs and lots of limit switches and stuff, so that when shit does go wrong, the computer takes over.
With the control we have, now.
You just send it.
Can you fucking need for it? Fuck.
Yeah. So with ECUs and everything we have now, you've got safeties. If oil pressure drops off, ECU shuts it down. Water temp gets too hot, shuts down.
Which is drive-by. It's another level because it can think faster than we can.
Yep. So this is going drive-by, and this is going turbocharged. So this will be running ethanol, turbocharged, and be running drive-by wire.
Now, what's your opinions on ethanol? Have you guys been, when you service the car, the oil, you let it sit for a week?
The one thing that I like about it is, it is an efficient gas. It's nice to tune with. It works really well. You can chuck boost at it all day long. Engines are clean as silk when you pull them down, so the motors are clean, but you do have to be a little bit onto it with your service, and you've got to be onto it with your fuel maintenance.
So it's application is a big part of it, So
if you leave your car on quarter tank and it'll sit there and slowly build up moisture in it, you'll know about it when you go to drive it next. So it's one of those things. It's just you've got to keep. You just got to be a bit onto it how you look after the fuel.
Maybe if you don't know how to service the car, then E85 perhaps isn't you, or you have deep pockets and
It's big dollars. It's big dollars to run in New Zealand. That's why there's not many ethanol street cars, because it's just awkward. Yeah, BP 98, Gull 98. That's pretty much what everybody's running. You know, it's just easy to get. You can still tune up, you know, and get a good tune up in it for a street car. It's fine. But the ethanol is just it's awkward. My car's ethanol. And,
that's what I said to you.
I get a little bit over it because it's always we've got like 20 jerry cans up top that you're always taking to events, and then you know even to drive my car in to drive it into the workshop, it's only 15 minutes and it'll chew like 10 litres of fuel plus, you know, and that's cruising, not on boost, and so it's only a 40 litre tank, so you don't get a lot of range, but you know it's one of those things that's just an application. It's
perfect engine room, AC, everything's clean.
Yeah, you've got to be comfortable. There's no point sweating. So when we're building, I mean it's a simple engine room, but it works, you know.
Hopefully next time you guys will see billet everywhere, four rotors, a couple of sequentials. Yeah, thanks heaps for your time, Jason.
No worries.
Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Beauty.
Boom.
On the road.
That's lovely.
Jace, did you